Alright, so this is just some chalk here. I read a sketch earlier. So who else joined? Hey, Rosemary. Alright, so I'm going to kind of... So we're going to have a very high horizon line today. Something I've never done before, so it should be pretty interesting to try to pull this off. All right. All right, now I've got to create horizon line, alternate horizon line, like right about there. And then maybe, say right about there. Can you guys hear me okay? Hey, Emily. Good morning, kiddo. Hey, Carolyn. All right, so really starting from scratch. But this is a 16 by 20 canvas. It's got 3 coats of light gray gesso on it. So if you've been following along, you've seen me kind of try out this light gray gesso some. I make my gesso myself, but the it's worked out pretty good. I pretty much like it. All right, so I need to get some of these mountains sketched in with paint. So let me get a... No, that's not... All right, so I've got these acrylic filberts. My bestest buddy there, Emily Jean, she uses these kind of filberts, these brushes. She seems to like them, so I guess I should like them. If she likes them, I like them. So, all right, so let's get some of these in. So we're going to kind of, rather than take this canvas to black, so we're going to black all this in first with acrylics. Well, do I want to like it all? Yeah, pretty much all of it. But let's just kind of sketch some of this in here, and then we'll, with that done, we'll just kind of fill in the rest of it. So this is just dark gray gesso. I make that too, but just a different shade. I just want to kind of get some of this color in here before I start putting the oils in. So this is a little bit different technique than what I've used in the past. So if you followed me through 2019, you know I've been trying a bunch of different kinds of things, so it shouldn't be too much of a surprise. All right. Although I will have to go clean this brush probably before I'm done. All right, do I have any? I'm gonna sketch, what did I say? Yeah, all right. Alright, so I'm gonna have to change this mountain though. Okay, I think I'll change them both. Let's change them both. Let's just change this one too. I want a really narrow spot right there. So I'm gonna put a waterfall in right there. Alright. Hey Rose. So let me put in a plug for my corporate sponsor, Little Painter Girl. Okay, she's not really my sponsor, but you should check out her channel if you haven't already. She's doing some fabulous things, and she's getting ready to do a bunch of new stuff too, and that's awesome. So be sure you tune in. Check out what she's got going on. All right. All right, we're fixing to move into kind of a get more of this paint down stage here in just a second. All right. Let's see. So I'm going to want this to be almost straight across. We're going to put trees all along this area. We'll just put some dark in here. And we'll add trees to it in a little while. But this will give me a kind of a... Then I'm kind of want, let's see, what am I doing? I got the shoreline there. And then right about here's another slope. Like that. All right. Okie dokie. So here's me with my right-handed stroke. Not quite as loose or robust as my left-handed stroke. All right. That gives me an idea of where I want that. So that's enough of that. All right. Let's see. All right. So all this is going to be relatively dark. Oh, good. Okay. I think it'll take long for me to scrub this brush down to a bit of a nothing. I could be wrong. All right. Okay, that gives me, let's see. No, just to kind of. All right, I know this might not make much sense yet, but it will. All right, so let me see if I have a glass of water over here for this brush. Yes, I do. All right, we're going to switch to some bigger brushes now, just to get some paint on this canvas. Then we have to let all this, we'll dry this up. We'll dry this up. Okay. I have a heat gun over here. We'll dry it with that in a minute. It's okay if we pick up a little bit of, we're going to have trees all across the top of that, so that's okay. I'm just going to kind of brush this in a different direction so I can keep my slopes showing through. Okay, I know where the trees are going, so we're good with that. Let's just kind of, so I'll follow those brush strokes. Not quite as much paint back here on the back because we want this to be a little bit lighter. If you guys have any questions, just pop them up there. I'll look back in just a second. So I don't use this technique a lot, but I may use it some more in the future. I'm just kind of give it a try today. I think I want that to be a little bit more like that. And then have that come across like that. There we go. We'll see how well I can stick to this. That's the idea I had about how I can tell my slopes apart, I guess, as we go. But all right, put a little bit of shadow in back there, and let's keep that shadow down this side. All right. I'm just putting a little bit of shadowy trees up there on the top with this big brush. There we go. All right. I'm going to drop this brush off and I'll be right back. Don't go away, guys. All right, that's just all drying that brush pretty quick, so. All right, let's get the heat gun here. I'll dry this up. Then we'll be on with it. So how was everybody's Christmas? Everybody doing good? Hey, Billy. Hey, Tim. Hey, Pam. All right, so we're just going to dry this acrylic a little bit here. That's good. That's good news to hear. Hey, Emily. Coffee time. Coffee time again. Not quite dry. Almost dry. Dry enough. All right. Okay, let's get started. All right, I think I'll start off with. I think I'll start off with a flat. I don't think it'll be that one. I think it'll be this one. Yeah, I like this one better. There are times I think I have too many paintbrushes, but all right. So let's start off with some phthalo blue. I'm going to put this right on the dry canvas, maybe. All right, maybe not that phthalo blue. Maybe this one. We may add a little bit of oil to it. We're going to put some oil over the top of this in just a second. Some linseed oil. So let's do is just take a little bit of linseed oil. Let's try that. I'm kind of use an overhand grip here. I'll darken up this color, this corner just a little bit. Put a little bit above the frame right here. Across the top. Add just a little bit of oil to that. There we go. If you have any questions as we're going along, just put them up there, and I'll try to catch them all. Oh yeah, I'll post a picture. It'll be in my gallery. Yeah, on the Ben Stivers Fine Arts page. A lot of motion in the sky here a little bit. A little bit of oil. Just a very tiny, tiny little bit. Then we're going to put some right here, because there's going to be a waterfall right here. Right there. All right. Well, let's blend that now. I think we'll blend it twice. Blend it with this little brush first, and then we'll blend it with a bigger brush. I'm adding just a little bit of titanium white to this mix. I'm going to add a little bit more of it down here by the mountain's edge. We'll blend that in a minute. I'm not going to worry too much about the brush strokes at the moment. All right, starting to soften the sky. We'll work at corners. All right, I'm really kind of looking for a little bit more blue right here. Now we're just going to pick just a little bit of oil. No paint this time. Let's spread that out. Spread that out. Keeping this pretty loose. Pretty loose. I kind of want to get the impression of some clouds, like kind of curling up right there. Not too much, just a little bit. All right, let me look at that. Yeah, I think that would be okay. We could have made the sky a little more gray, perhaps, but it's not. The mountains are going to be pretty gray, so. All right, let's put this out of the way. Let's clean this brush. Hey! Alright. It's funny. I can feel a little bit of stress on me this morning. I don't know what the deal is. I guess because it's just a brand new thing. I'm streaming it live. And most people, when they're streaming, they've already painted what they're painting online. Bob Ross used to do that. Paint 3 times. So, you know, I don't do that. But it goes where it goes. This is how it goes. Alright. Now we're going to use a Q-tip just to wipe back some of the paint off my mountain ridges. So I didn't have to be too tight with that when I was doing it. So now, I don't know if you can see or not, but there's still some paint there, right around on the gray. I don't know if you continue to scrub it, but you can also take and put just a little bit of oil on your Q-tip, and just take it and rub it on there. It'll lift it right back off. There we go. Anthony, my brother, I'm glad to see you got right back in the saddle yesterday. Didn't let that troll run you off, man. Just those guys are just jerks. Just forget them. All right. You guys didn't see that. Somebody was being a big jerk to Anthony the other day while he was trying to paint. All right, let's mix up some of our own green today. Let me see, how do I want to do that today? We could use sap green, but I'm not going to, at least not right now. Let's see if I can use this. I don't know if I can use this up or not. Let's give it a shot. No, I can. So this is some like 30-year-old Grumbacher paint. So we'll see how it does. Nothing just like introducing a whole bunch of extra crap on your stream. You have no idea if it's going to work to start with. All right. I'll tell you what, let's mix it with a knife. Let's just do that first. So we're just going to take this, we're going to take some yellow and some of this phthalo blue and just a little bit of oil. Mix those up. Oh, that's pretty. It's a little too green though. I need some, let's just add some, no, where's the burnt umber? Here it is. Just add a little bit of burnt umber to that. Hey, Marie? Is it Marie or is it Mary? I don't know how you're supposed to answer that since you don't have voice on your side, but all right, let's just mix up. All right, so we got a little bit of brown in with this to kind of tone that green down here. Really, a little bit of white in that. See exactly what we got. Yeah, that might work okay. All right, so let's get. We use a fan brush to do this, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. Let me think about that for a second. I don't want to do that. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and put the trees in and then we'll come back. Well, let's put the dark color for the trees in first. Let's do that. All right, if it's looking like I don't have my act together, I probably don't right now. But I'll get it together before we get done, don't worry. All right, so we're gonna add some dark in here. We're just gonna put some trees in here. So let's put a few trees right here. We're just laying in the dark color for these trees. They're way, way, way off in the distance. So anything that's down on this darker part, here I can see. Still missed a spot. There we go. All right. You know, I thinking back about Anthony's experience, I don't understand people that it's not like they're being forced to watch a stream like for school or something. They're just being jerks. All right, so I don't want any trees on that part, but I do want trees down this way. And I could probably leave these just be black and that would be just fine, but I don't think I will. All right. Those are way off. Way off in the distance. Before we get this painting done. You'll see. All right, and just a couple of trees over here. Don't need a lot of trees. All right, okay, let's start working on it. So we're just going to leave that sit there for the moment. And we're going to start working on the mountains and get those laid in. I think I'm going to do that. Start off with a brush. I may switch over to a knife. Because I like to do knives. I like knives for that. But let's start with some Payne's Gray, maybe. Yeah. So we'll start off with some Payne's Gray. And then we'll just we'll use that for 3 tones. Let me make a couple different piles. All right. Now, one interesting thing I found just recently. Hey, Madonna. One thing I found recently was I had switched over from Bob Ross titanium white, and then I had also used some not Artist Loft. What is it? Do I have any of it there? Winton. White. Titanium white. And my experience with that, it goes on great. It's nice and thick and all that kind of good stuff. But one thing I also found out is I've got paintings that's sitting over there, been there for 3 weeks, and they're still drying. The white is still drying, so it's kind of odd. All right, so let's start laying these mountains in. Very steep, these mountains. So we're just kind of mixing this on the palette, picking the colors and working our way through. I'm going to put multiple layers of paint on here for sure, in case you're wondering. This would definitely be a long wet on wet episode. All right. So you can see I'm using this pretty much like a palette knife. Let's take a little bit darker. A little bit darker still. Let's try this. All right, a little bit darker still. Windsor, yeah. What did I say? Did I say not what I said? Keep me straight, kid. Keep me straight. So we're still using the same color. We're just using Payne's Gray, and working our way around here. All right. Let's see. Now we're gonna have a big bunch of trees right there. Let's get back over here. We're bringing in some brighter highlights now. So I'm going to paint with the edge of the brush instead of with the flat. So we're creating a really sharp edge on the brush, as you can see, to pick up that white and create this highlight. All right, let's see. Let's move to, well, I'll tell you what. All right, I'm going to shift to a darker, while I'm on this side, I'm just going to work on this side for a minute. So I'm switching to a darker color. So this is ivory black. Maybe I'm going to switch to a darker color. It's got some oil in it, so let me wipe my brush off. I don't want too much oil, so let me pick it up in a different spot in the pile. Sharpen the blade. All right. I'm going to just increase that contrast right there. And then I think I will take a fan brush. Well, maybe I'll just take this. I think I'll just take this little old brush. I'm just going to blend all this down just a little bit. There we go. All right. So still don't have that quite where I want it, I don't think. I want this part to stick out more, so I'm going to kind of darken this up still. There we go. I'm just adding a little bit of ivory black in there. All right. Now I'm going to switch to a knife as soon as I clean it off. I'm going to put some vertical lines in here and some horizontal lines in here. I'm just wiping the knife off each time just to get picking up some color as I'm going. So I'm just kind of. There we go. And then a little bit more over here. All right, now let me think about this. I think I want to put some. There we go. All right, I'm happy with that. So let's put some trees in. Let's see. Let's make some of that. I don't think I want to use that brush to do that, though. I'll just use a 1-inch brush to do that. These are a big bunch of trees that are sitting up on the cliff, so I need to put those in to get them out of my way. So let's just pick up some black. I don't think I have enough black here on the palette. Maybe I do. Yeah, it might be enough. That's not going to be enough. There we go. So this is Gamblin 1980. Black. I like Gamblin paint a lot. It dries quick. It doesn't dry so quick like when you're painting it, but once the painting is done, it's nice and dry. Let's just kind of bash that out. All right. Okay, that looks okay. All right. Let's lay some rocks in here again. Well, let's go ahead and highlight that. Need some yellow. Let's just use. Let's lose a little bit of yellow ochre to that, I think, to make it come out with a nice highlight for that. Let's give it a spin. So we're not cleaning the brush. We're just going to see how this does. All right. Scratch a few tree branches in there, here and there. All right. Turn around and see if I got any questions. Hey, Anthony. Hey, Carla. All right. Let's go back to mountain building. All right, let's take this time. So we're just kind of creating like a marble on the thing here, on the palette. A little bit of black to that. A little more black than I wanted, but it's okay. Now, we're not going to worry too much about this part right here, under here, because we're going to put trees all up in the front of that. So, but up here a little bit, I'm going to add a few little things just to make it a little, so it's not quite so, well, I don't know. Well, let's just at least shade it just a tad, just a tad. Let's just shade it. So basically we're just adding a little bit of shadow right here on the edge of the trees. For the top of the rocks. There we go. We'll just wipe that around and smooth it out. Alright. Okay, so now that I kind of understand what the tone is, I'll go back and put a few little touches for trees at the top. We'll just do that with a filbert. Not a lot, just a few. Just a few. All right. We may as well go ahead and do these while they're over there. So you see we're keeping this as kind of loose. That's okay. That's okay. All right. Now there's some other slopes and stuff on this side too, so we'll work on those. Work on those when we get there. This mountain over here, this side over here is broken up a little bit more in my sketch, so let's see what we want to do. All right, so we got my sketch. I have that mountain. So let's just do it with a knife. We can do it faster with a knife. It'll probably work just about as well. So let's just. This mountain, this slope, or I don't know if you call it a slope because it's pretty steep. I don't know why I thought it needed to be that steep in my drawing, but I guess. But Em sent me some perspective books for Christmas this year. Bless her little heart. Thank you, Emily. She thinks I need to work on my sketching, which I probably do. So anyway, that book is what kind of got this painting going. Started with a drawing and kind of go from there. All right. Now I want to have this slope come over this way. So that slope. So I have to change that drift. There we go. And I'm going to have to put more paint on a palette. Can't paint without paint. Let's go ahead and put this black there, though. We're not too worried. Like, again, once we get down about here, we're not too worried because there's going to be trees up in here. All right. So let's get some more paint on the palette. Hey, Chris. It's always good to have a commission, isn't it? I don't know. I don't do too many of them. I swore off commissions, I don't know, a couple years ago. So, mostly because I had a bad experience in commissions. Not so much that I actually finished the entire painting and the person didn't want to pay me when it was done. So that was kind of odd. They didn't have any complaint with the painting. They just changed their mind. So that I kind of went and painted something that ended up, on the burn pile. So I just never really wanted to do it after that. All right. So that's looking pretty good. Let's add a little bit. There we go. Now, I want to I need to create some dark on this side. more dark this way, right here. Because this mountain is going to come down. I don't want to worry about that too much because it's going to be covered up. But now that, however, makes me want to do some more different work over here. Let's just, so the paint's pretty thick over here, so we're going to kind of there we go. Yeah, I like that better. All right. So if you don't usually paint your mountains with a palette knife, I highly recommend it. Yeah, I like that. I like that better. All right. Okay. Now we've got a couple slopes I have to cut in. So let's see. Where do I want this one to be? I want this one to be. Like that. All right. So that's good. And then I got. Like that. All right. Oh, thank you, Emily. I'm working at it. Just kind of making this up as we go. All right, let's put some trees in here. We'll use a fan brush to do that. And if you want to know why, it's because basically it's stiff enough that I can squeeze these trees in here. So let's start off with some color. And these trees are still off in the distance pretty good, so we're just laying down some color here with it. And then I'll do that with a shadow. I'll fix this with a shadow right here. All right, so let's just get launch that up some. All right, now I'm gonna clean this brush so I can use another color here in a second. All right, so the paint's really thick there, so I'm gonna pick up just a little bit of oil with that. The paint's about 7 layers thick now right there, so. All right. Now let's just straighten the ledges up a little bit. So some of that color will pull down just to create just the tiniest little bit of a shadow. Now, over here though, I want to create a deeper shadow going this way, just to insinuate that. So we're just adding some black right there to create that. Then we'll put some lighter color next to it to brighten it up, except I actually got to pick it up, don't I? Let's try it again. Okay, so I think before we start putting the trees in, some more trees in, we'll put, let's go ahead and put the waterfall in. What you think? All right. If you guys have any questions about this, just let me know. Oh, you know what? I think right over here, though, before we start doing that, I think I want to add some vertical lines. We'll do that with a knife. There we go. And then let's see. Let's take the shorted side of the knife. Just carve in some horizontal, so break some of this up. Some of that long, deep slope. All right. Let's add just a little bit of color right there. How about we actually pick up some color and try it again? All right, there we go. All right, let's put the waterfall in. So we got blue down there, laying down, or we put down there early on in the painting. So with a small fan brush and a little bit of oil, not much, because and now we're gonna kind of pull this waterfall down. So now you can see by putting the blue under that instead of the black that we have over here, that it pops that waterfall out from the canvas, which is just exactly, for some reason, how I hoped what I had planned, but seldom do things go as I planned. All right, let's go. Trees. I want to mix up a different color for trees now, though. Let's clean some paint off the palette. And we'll park that on the side somewhere. I'll use that later. I'll put a little bit darker green in on this. And a little bit of burnt umber. Just a tad burnt umber to pull it down a little bit. All right, that looks pretty good. All right. All right, let me let that set for just a second. Clean off my hands, and then we'll carry on with the foreground. All right. All right. Trees. All right, so when you're painting trees, you want to start at the back of the tree, work your way forward. So that's what we're going to do. Let's get a fan brush, number 6. All right, so there's going to be a lot of trees, so let's just kind of start painting them in here first of all. I think they need to be darker than that. So I'm going to mix some black in with that. So the waterfall is going to disappear behind the trees for the moment. It's not doing what I want it to do. Come on. And there we go. I'm going to go to a little bit sharper fan brush. A little bit smaller, but more stiff too. As I'm painting over this mountain over here. Now some of this is going to get painted over, but I just know there's a row of trees back here, so I want to get them back there. Create, at least nothing else, they'll create the shadows later. All right. I was telling Emily that we were talking this morning, I had this painting in my head. I just had to get it out. All right, let's start, I think on this side over here. Right here. So I really wanted to I wanted to paint yesterday, but there were lots of other people were up painting on their live streams, and I didn't want to interfere with those, so I kind of put it off. But today I just had to do it. I had to do it. All right. All right, let's put some. Let's just stick with those. We'll stick with those for right now. Let's start working on the highlight for that. But before we do that, let's clean this brush and let's put some tree branches in. So I'm going to do that I think I'll do it with a knife. Probably be just as fast as anything. So if you have not put in your branches with a knife, you can either scrape them in, just take your knife and on the edge. And hey, James. Thank you, buddy. All right, you can just scratch them in like this. Or you can paint them in with a knife. Like, let's see if I can do it real quick. A quick demo. You mix up a nice branchy color. You can put them in like this. So, whatever suits you. Just do it however you want to. Don't let nobody tell you different. Ain't no rules. And this guy over here, I want to put a bigger trunk. So let me just mix that up real quick. All right. Okay, let's put some highlights in. We're going to create a shoreline here in a minute and start painting in some water and stuff, but let's get the trees in first. Let's finish up the trees, those back trees anyway. So we're going to stick with this color, this this yellow ochre. We're going to stick with that somewhat. because when we pull this forward, I'm going to put a tree in the forward. I'm going to put another one right here, I think, right about there. Put another tree in that maybe has a brighter highlight that just pops that single tree out. So this is just a little bit of yellow ochre. And a little bit of titanium white. Just a touch of titanium white. Ugh, that's too much white. All right, let's try this again. All right. So let's see if I can use the same. Well, I'll tell you what, let's throw a little bit of that brown in here. Let's paint some shoreline in with this. Let's scrub this color in first. Then we'll go back and put something else in to add to it. So where I want the trees to go back, you just take it up the canvas a little bit farther and scrub it in. And then pull it back down when you want the trees to come forward, just like that. All right. Just about as simple as that. We got a little bit of a shoreline. All right. I didn't realize how many different techniques I was going to be using today. All right, let's go to a filbert. Let's go to a little one, a little filbert. I have a smaller one than that. Maybe this one. All right, so it's a tiny little filbert. What is this? Number something? 2. A number 2. All right, so on one side we're going to put some of this lighter color that we just use on the trees, and then we'll put some black on the other side. So we're double loading the brush. So we got white on this, black on this side, and this lighter color on that side. And what I want to do is right along in here, I want to create just some rocks. Need a little bit more of that lighter color. I'm just kind of creating that on the shoreline there. What's going to be the shoreline? I just did it upside down. My bad. All right, we got it now. Okay. There we go. All right. Then on this side, I just want to put some light colored grass. So we'll do that with we'll use a larger filbert for that. We could use most anything, I reckon. But let's see how we go. think it could be lighter. Alright, that's not quite what I wanted. We'll go back and do it some more in a minute. Not quite the color I wanted, but it's okay. All right, let's get some Untitled blue, and let's scrub that in with a little bit of oil, I guess. I'm spreading this out pretty thin. I'm holding on to the canvas so it doesn't go sliding away. Not so much water showing through on this side. There's going to be other things here. We'll put some in there for now. And then we'll do all the rest of this here. All that blue is going to set up good against all that gray. Now, this side. So, what I'm trying to do on this side is bring a darker, I want the darkness of that stream up there and around this side and down this side, but this side's going to be lighter, a lighter blue, just because of the way the light's going to be hitting it. So, come to me. And there we go. All right. Okay. That's got the foreground semi laid in. All right, what did I do with my, here we are. Okay, let me clean my hands off. And then we need to clean the palette off a little bit. Don't you fall on the floor. Clean the palette up a little bit. I don't get an A in palette management. I tend to get color everywhere when I'm painting, as far as all over the palette. Unless I'm puddle painting, and today I'm not, because I was for a little while, but I'm not anymore. All right, so let's see. Well, you know what, though? I can use some of that. Let's see what I can do here. So I got some of these extra colors left over. What I want to do is I want to paint in some dark for an island right here. I don't want to lay the paint down too hard because I got a bunch of things that need to go onto that island. So this is just some of that brownish gray that was left over from the beginning, back up there. So just kind of scoot this in. And just scrub it in really good. And then we'll separate from the water in a minute. So I got some of that left. Just keep using this paint up. I could have gone with a black. I have black on the palette. I could have done that, but this, I think this will be okay. I think this will be fine for what I want to do. And now let's just blend that a little bit. All right. Okay, so before we start working on the islands, we want to put the water lines in for the back part. And we want to put a little extra. Oh, you know what? I forgot about that tree. I want to stick a tree in there. I just remembered I want to put a tree in there. All right, so let's do that. Right here. So yep, we just painted over a couple of rocks there that we had put in, but I know they're there, so you guys know they're back there. Whoever walks over there will see them. All right. So let's pick up, I don't have a color. Let's pick up a color. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take, because I don't have enough different colors on the palette already. Let's take a little bit of white, a little bit of blue, a little bit of oil, maybe a little touch more white. There we go. All right. And let's put this, before we do that, let's just take real quick. I'm going to make this tree a little more pointy. So we'll do that with a knife. We'll just push that little pine needle thing up there. There we go. On the back side of this tree, we're going to put this blue. And we'll set that brush aside. We'll use that later for some other trees, maybe. What do we got in this brush? Let's clean this brush out. Alright, so we're going to get another fan brush up here in a second. Let's get this lightweight fan brush. Alright, so pick up a little bit of oil and just some titanium white. And an absolutely, really super light touch of green. Take the shimmer off of that white. So I want that tree to kind of pop out there. Make that tree a little bit bigger. There we go. All right, there we go. All right, let's put the water lines in. So pick up some white on the knife. I think I've actually just about worn this poor knife out. It's actually coming out of the thing. All right, here we go. So, same rule applies as we talked about the trees. You move up the canvas to push things back. You move down the canvas to pull things forward. So, we'll start higher up on the canvas with the water line, like way back up in here, and we'll lay the water line in. Then we'll move down. So we're keeping it horizontal, but as we go, we'll push it along. Now, one thing I tend to do, not everybody does this, you don't have to do it if you don't want to, I push the knife down. I push down on the knife when I'm putting water lines in with my finger. And the reason I do that is it creates that sort of puddling looking effect. It works really good on waves, like when you're painting ocean scenes and stuff. So it creates that shallow water looking effect. So I want a little bit more of that over here though. There we go. All right. Now I'm gonna put water lines on both sides of this island, but we don't need to do that yet because we're not there yet. All right, what are the bright ideas that I have in this painting? Okay, so I want to put a couple more trees in. So let's do that. Oh, and I want to put them to go on the island. So let's put the island on. Let's put some grass down on the island. A little bit of that, a little bit of that. Let's try that. So we're keeping these colors muted. We don't, I see a lot of, and I did this when I first started painting. A lot of people, they use a lot of bright colors, and it makes your painting. It takes something away. It makes it look a little more gaudy than what it would really need to be. What it would be out in somewhat in nature. So think about that when you paint. Paint it how you like it. But all right, now using the same brush, we're gonna just kind of pull this water line back. We're just going to blend that color out that got out into the water. We pull it back and create the shoreline like that. Now we could go ahead and put the water line in now, but we're not going to do that just yet. All right, let's clean that brush. And now we're going to start working on finishing this up. Start thinking about turning the corner. All right, let's use a filbert, and let's put a bush right here. And then let's highlight that. Let's make a little, do something this way. Just kind of keep those little bushy things going. I didn't want all that, but that's okay. So we're picking up the blue and we're mixing it with that yellow. It's picking up out of the water. We're picking that up. So we're paying attention that we're picking up the color on the next layer down is a color that's complementary to this one, so that'll give us the nice greenish color that we want to get. Now we'll just stomp out that lighter color into a darker color. So we bring this island back into view. All right, let's put another tree up there. Do a darker colors I still got left. All right. Oh, you know what? I got an idea. Let's do this. All righty. Let's do something bold. Let's paint, let's put a couple of branches in there real quick. Let's just do this. Pick some of that. A little bit of this brown color. A little bit of this gray color. Let's kind of put that in there. Let's darken this side just a little bit. All right. Now let's pop it. Now let's see if we can make it pop. Clean the brush, clean the filbert we used to put the undercarriage in. Pick up a little bit of oil, a little bit of this color. Let's see what we can do. All right. Okay, now, almost to the end. I've got another bush that I had planned for this. Let's put that in. Mix up a bunch of different color here. There we go. I want find this great big bush right here in the front. Alright. Pick up a little bit of oil, a little bit of color. I'm going to actually... Tell you what, let's take some of that. So we're taking the brush, we're pushing it in like this, not like that. Over here we kind of did it like that, but over here we're pushing it in a different way. A little more paint on there than I wanted, but that's okay. We'll extend that island just a little bit. Maybe make it a little longer this way too. Why not? That'll enrich that green. All right, let's put a tree over here, a bigger tree. Maybe. Let's not. Think about that. While we're thinking about it, we'll go ahead and put the water lines in. Tell you what, let's take a 1-inch brush, and over here, let's just pull some of this down, some of this color. Turn it into a little bit of reflection. There we go. Don't have a lot of reflection, but we don't. All right. Let's smooth that water line down a little bit. See how that works? Just kind of smooth it. There we go. I think I want a little bit more water line, like right here. All right, I think I still want a tree right there. I don't know. Maybe a little one. I was thinking about putting a big one, but I don't think I will. I don't think I want a big tree right there, because if I do, it's going to block the view to the mountain, and that's not really what I want to do. But if I do put something, that'll make it push that way. All right. I guess composition-wise, it would be better that way. Painting sky or painting water? You know, it's really interesting that you say that, because I like painting them both, but in all honesty, it's pretty much the exact same thing. That you know, in the sky, I try to get a little more movement, unless I'm painting like a river. But like, we got pretty good movement here in this water. But I don't know. I know. I guess maybe I had to pick. I guess I don't know. I guess I'd pick. I don't know what I'd pick. I guess I'd pick the sky. I don't know. All right. So I want to put. I got this red tree on this side. I'm thinking about putting another red tree on this side. So let's do that. We'll do that. Have some dark color left, maybe. Have a little bit. All right. So let's just paint. I don't usually paint the back of a tree first, but I will this time. I mean the middle of the tree. Let's put it right That's about a third. So maybe like right there. All right. And we'll kind of, maybe it should have a split in it, like split tree, like a bigger trunk, like that, maybe like twice as big. All right, let's go with that. All right, so pick up a little bit of this lighter color, maybe. Pick it up on the, see if I can paint this on the brush. Just kind of lay that in there like that. There we go. All right, so let's get, we'll just go, we got plenty of dark behind that, so rather than lay the tree out with dark again and then paint over it, we're just going to take and paint the tree in, because we're going to use the, thank the Lord I did not put that brush up there. This brush has still got thinner in it. All right. Evidently, it was meant for me to paint that brush, so I didn't ring this brush. Paint that, so I didn't ring this brush. All right. So we're going to use this red. We'll put the red in. We'll let the background color that's picked up underneath it. We're going to pick up the color and dim it down, and then we'll come back and put some highlights on it. And we'll probably have to clean the brush out at some point because the brush is going to pick up a lot of that color. All right, let's add just a little bit more red. And now let's add just the last bit of highlight. We'll see. All right. All right, I got one little touch up. It's been bugging me the whole time, so we're gonna. We had to get out some paint for you back a little bit. Are you kidding me? All right, let's do it. I'm not happy with that back slope right there on that side. I'm happy with the slope. I'm just not happy with the color. So I want to change the value there a little bit. So let's do that. There we go. All right, I like that better. All right, guys. Okay, I think that's it. Thanks for those of you who stayed the whole time. It was a long time. I'm sorry it took so long, but I just thought everybody'd like to see it from beginning to end. So, hoping I can get it done. All right. I hope you guys are having a great day.